We'll do it live.
Okay.
No. We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
Good morning and welcome to the Fantasy Football Morning Show, the only fantasy football morning show hosted by a dude wearing a medium shirt. Yeah. My name is Austin Thompson. Thank you for being here and watching. If you were listening on the podcast, thank you for listening and downloading. I actually care more about you downloading than I do you listening, but either way, thank you for being here. We are live streaming on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. This video will later be uploaded to Twitch when I can figure out how to do anything on Twitch because I know nothing. So with that being said, let's get started. We made it through week 3. We have one game left. We have the Monday night football game featuring the Eagles and the Cowboys. That game has a 51.5 point over-under. The point spread is 3.5 points. The implied points are 25 points for the Eagles, 28 points for the Cowboys, making it appear like the Cowboys should win, and the game should take the over. I don't know how much I trust the spread, but I kind of expect the Cowboys to win this game. So we will see about that. After week 3, after all of the games except for one game, it would appear that Jared Goff is the highest scoring fantasy player of the week, followed by Taylor Heinicke. And all I got to say is even saying it, there are certain things that you just feel and you say, and it's like, oh, that feels gross, that feels weird, whatever it is. Just saying that Taylor Heinicke is the number 2 scoring fantasy player of the week is weird. But I will say this, I do enjoy watching the guy play, and as much as I love Fitzmagic, I do not at all expect him to get that job back. And I was legitimately looking forward to Ryan Fitzpatrick playing this year and seeing him play. And the more I watch Taylor Heinicke, I'm like, oh, there's a guy we didn't see coming. Because I didn't expect this. If somebody else saw it, cool. I'm going to be honest and be like, no, I didn't see it coming. So if we're going to go top 10 players, we'll go number 1, Jared Goff, 2, Taylor Heinicke, 3, Jimmy Garoppolo, 4, Carson Wentz on 2 bad ankles, which I still don't get. 5, Matt Ryan, proving that you can not be great and still have fantasy relevance. He just, oh God, I don't know what to do with the damn Falcons offense. Anyway, that is 4. 5, Emmanuel Sanders, who just was everywhere in that game. 6, Henry Ruggs. 7, Zach Wilson, in a loss. 8, Tim Patrick, who I'm glad I made a call on this week. 9, Zach Pascal. And 10, Jacoby Brissett. If you had asked 100 people to write the top 10 fantasy players of the week, if you just on Friday been like, hey, do me a favor, write down who you think will be the top 5 or top 10 fantasy players on Monday morning, I don't know that half these names would be in here. Maybe Goff, maybe Wentz, maybe Garoppolo. Otherwise, I don't think anybody saw that coming. That's why we play fantasy football, because there's no certain outcomes. You never know what's going to happen. So yeah, let's break this down by position this week. Quarterbacks. Why is my okay? Oh, sorry, that's season total. I may have just screwed it all up by yeah, so that's on me. I did not correctly select week 3 stats. Well, still pretty close though. Maybe, I don't know. No. Okay, so we're going to ignore the last 4 minutes of me speaking because I can't select things on the internet correctly. We're going to break it down by position instead and just go there. Your top 5 quarterbacks for the week were Taylor Heineke, Jacoby Brissett, Jimmy Garoppolo, Matt Ryan, and Davis Mills. You still couldn't have picked those. You still could have been like, hey, and this is it. Yeah, I'll say this. I wouldn't have picked this even after if I had watched the Thursday night game, then got up Friday morning and said, who are the top 5 or 10 players? I still would have put Davis Mills in that bunch, but hey, it is what it is. Irony, the 6th best quarterback was Taysom Hill. So, God, fantasy football is a hell of a sport, huh? We're going to go running backs next. And at the end of week 3 on Monday morning, the week 3 running backs are Peyton Barber, who rose from the depths of hell to vulture all the touchdowns and all the points. Giovanni Bernard, who I kind of predicted would be used before the season. I predicted that Giovanni Bernard would be used in a kind of James White role by the Buccaneers. It was just a matter of him establishing a relationship with Tom Brady and getting in that circle of trust. Kyle Juszczyk. I never would have. No. I should have possibly thought that he could be a factor, given the fact that they've got like 11 running backs on the roster and 10 of them are hurt. I should have seen Kyle Juszczyk as being a possibility because of the fact that he has familiarity with the offense. But not gonna lie, I was banking on Trey Sermon and Trey Sermon only. I should have known better. Malcolm Brown, I just can't. I didn't see that one coming either. And the 5th is Jeremy Nichols. Yeah, Jeremy Nichols of the Tennessee Titans. That's what everybody wanted, was for him to score lots of points. Let's go wide receivers because that can't be any bigger shit show than the rest of what we watched. Top 5 receivers for the week: Emmanuel Sanders. Because why, when you have Stephon Diggs, would you expect for Emmanuel Sanders to do really good? You didn't. And if you said you did, you're either a Bills fan or you're a fucking liar. Deshaun Jackson, back from the dead. Totally. I keep forgetting he's in the NFL. And then he has a game like this, which means everybody will go out now and pick up Deshaun Jackson. And then next week he shits the bed, hopefully. Kendrick Bourne for the New England Patriots, because everybody was counting on Jacoby Myers to be a thing, and he is not. Also, side note, Obi-Wan Jacoby would be a dope-ass name if he was any good at football, which I don't think he is. Number 4 is Hunter Renfrow. Number 5 is Marquez Valdez Scantling, who we also should have seen because Aaron Rodgers was so pissed about not getting the ball to him last week. We should have known that was going to be a focal point. Plus, he's a part of the offense, so it is what it is. AJ Green's number 6. I wasn't even going to go to 6, but AJ Green is 6 and Tim Patrick was 7. If I'm not mistaken, in my start sit article, I picked Tim Patrick. Yeah, AJ Green, didn't see that coming. 3 tight ends. Week 3 top 5 tight ends are Tyler Conklin, Dawson Knox, Tommy Tremble, Pat Fairmouth, and Austin Hooper. I have to say that Freemuth, however you say his name, is probably going to be a I don't even know. Hold on. Freemuth has got to be a waiver wire pickup. We'll see. We'll have to see what Heather Murray says on Eat Sleep Fantasy. But yeah, Austin Hooper, who I think I put in my start sit guide. I think I put him as a start. Lee Smith, I didn't even know he played for the Falcons. So yeah, you know who he's not? He's not Kyle Pitts. I have got no idea. Jonathan Taylor. It's all it says. I'm going to guess that what that's supposed to say is what in the fuck is going on with Jonathan Taylor. I feel like that's what we are actually all thinking. If I could spell, I could pull up his stats. Taylor, Jonathan. He got you 24 fantasy points. He got you 0 touchdowns. I'm going to sneeze in a podcast. Sorry, as downside to doing things live is if you sneeze, there is no get out of jail free card on that one. Jonathan Taylor question mark is just essentially incident Indianapolis Colts question mark because nobody gets it. Nobody knows it doesn't make any sense. We don't understand what's going on. You have a guy out here on 2 bum legs. As Pat McAfee likes to say, Carson Wentz is out here trying to kill himself every game because that's how hard he plays. And he plays so reckless that he plays with reckless abandon and does not think about his body or the team. Sometimes is what it feels like. I don't even know. There's no good answer for Jonathan Taylor. There's no. Let's see where he ranked as far as the Colts players in general. Indianapolis, week 3, filter. Fantasy points. I was looking at Jonathan Taylor. The 24 that I just stated was clearly season points, not this week's points, because he got you 7 points. Nyheim Hines, I have this saying. I didn't invent it. I'm not the first person to say it. Anytime there is a running back tandem, they're either going to do great, in my opinion, like Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, or they're going to be like DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett in the sense that every week it's going to be you don't know who's going to be the A or the B. They're either 1A and 1B, or there's an A and a B. And good examples, Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette, you never seem to know who it's going to be. But basically, I think that you can just go with them. If they announce that Fournette is a starter, bank on Ronald Jones doing good. If they're going to do Ronald Jones being good, then you bank on Fournette. That's a situation that's tough because we've already discussed it. You've got Giovanni Bernard, who is out here becoming the new James White. So that's something to take into account. And you may just want to not count on either one of them because that backfield is going to be whatever Brady wants it to be. Nyheim Hines and Jonathan Taylor, if you go out now and you stack up on Nyheim Hines, you're going to have a Jonathan Taylor week next week. The Colts are just a big what the fuck to me. They don't make any sense. And I think they just play whatever happens. I think they have a general plan, and I think that plan goes out the door somewhere into the middle of the first quarter, depending on how the game goes. Because I feel like they just thought that Carson Wentz may not make it to that game, and they were going to have to do a bunch of running back stuff. So I don't know. It's just tough. Jonathan Taylor, I want to say hold him, but why? Why would you hold him to have? If you have a better option, take it. If you can find a waiver wire pickup, I don't even know who it might be, but Jonathan Taylor is a big question mark every single game, much like most of the offense. So that's the shitty part about the Colts. I'm down at 28. He got Sanders. I got Hurts, Zeke, and Lamb. What are you bragging on having an awesome team? No, that's I'm down 28. He's got Sanders. I've got Hurts, Zeke, and Lamb. You should beat the shit out of this guy. Yeah, I would bank on a win here. I think Lamb. Zeke, of the three that you've got, Hurts, Zeke, and Lamb, the one that I'm afraid of is Zeke because Tony Pollard's out here. Tony Pollarding the damn ball. You got Jerry Jones going on his Monday morning, his show, his weekly Cowboys show, talking about how they've got these two great backs. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird the way that he talks about how much they want to use it. It's good for the Cowboys. It's bad for fantasy football in the aspect, in the sense that you don't know what the hell is going to happen. You count on a good Zeke like tonight. You would just really want to bank on Zeke, but as a Cowboy, I'm not a Cowboys fan. Fuck the Cowboys. But if I was a fan, I'd be hype as hell about the fact that I've got two running backs that are going to go out here and score the ball, score touchdowns. But as a fantasy football player, I hate not knowing which one it's going to be. I mean, because if this is another week where Pollard outscores Zeke, then Houston, we got a problem. But the Cowboys, as a team, will not have a problem, and it's good for football. So fantasy football and real football is two different things. And let's be honest, not being a Cowboys fan, I like the chaos, but I don't want to have either player on my roster right now. Next game, down 11.82, and I got Zeke. I'd be scared. I hopes, thoughts, and prayers to you and your team because you stand a very good chance of getting Tony Pollard. I feel like I'm going to make that a thing now. Just you got Tony Pollard. That one I'm afraid of. I'm worried about. Let's see. Should I trade Zeke and Mike Williams for Miles Sanders and Tyreek Hill? Shit, that's tough. Yeah. I want to say yes instantly because you're getting Tyreek Hill, but no, yeah, I would do it. With the up and down. In the first, you trade Zeke and Mike Williams. Of those two, the one I'm worried about losing is Mike Williams. I'm not that worried about losing Zeke in this scenario. That's just me. But to get Miles Sanders and Tariq Hill, yeah, you've got more. There's more sustainability. There's more. I won't say upside, but there's less volatility. That's the word I'm looking for. There's less volatility having Miles Sanders and Tariq Hill than there is having Zeke and Mike Williams. So yes, I would do that trade. One more. I got Greg the Leg, and he got Lamb. I'm up 18.9. That is tough. That is a very tough one. I feel like Greg the Leg might pull through for you. I mean, you're up 18 points. Yeah, I don't see you losing being up by 18 points with Greg the Leg. And because even if CeeDee Lamb has a good game is 20 points, roughly between 18 and 20 points, maybe. So I don't know. I think you're good on that one. So basically, you've got a good shot at being 2 or 3 tonight. Man, I'm going to sit here and watch this game and think about your lineup, and I'm going to be watching the Greg the Leg stat line to see how it goes. So yeah, I think that you have got that one in the bag. So good luck. It looks like you're going to go 2 and 3, and that's better than me because I'm fairly certain that my 12-year-old son's beating the crap out of me, which will be in tomorrow's update. But yeah, good luck in that one. I think you got it. Let's see. Let's go back to the week that was. All players, tight ends, week 3. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you being here. Let's see. Tight ends, fantasy points. Tyler Conklin, Mark Andrews, Dawson Knox, Travis Kelce, and George Kittle are your top 5. My biggest surprise is going to be the 6 and a 7, which is Tyler Higbee and Tommy Tremble. Trimble didn't think was going to be a thing. Clearly is after that Thursday night game. So he's, in my opinion, a good waiver wire ad if you are looking for somebody. Did not see the Dawson Knox thing coming. Glad it happened. I'm low-key so I am a Bears fan. First, I am a Raiders fan second. But since Josh Allen has come in the league, I have loved his talent since college. I rooted for him in the draft, and I'm low-key. I'm not a Bills fan, but I am a watching Josh Allen play fan. So anything good with him, I enjoy. And that Dawson Knox touchdown yesterday was pretty amazing. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch the highlights of that touchdown. It was phenomenal, and that showed you what Dawson Knox can be. And it might say a lot for the future of that team. Tyler Conklin, it's kind of what you expected. Seeing him be the number 1 point scorer for the week. And of course, I'm saying all this. There is still a game tonight, so keep that in mind. But as of right now, Tyler Conklin's a solid starter in fantasy football. Let's see what else. I feel your pain. I lost my younger cousin. So, all right, here's the deal on this. I have 6 kids. I have 4 biological and 2 adopted. Of the 4, 2 are twins. So my twin boys text me like right before the start of the season, and we're like, "Hey, will you put a league together for us?" I'm like, "Okay, cool. Who's going to be in it?" Well, I don't know. Invite some people. Well, nobody I knew was really interested in playing fantasy football with a bunch of high school kids, especially high school kids that had just started playing. So I invited my daughter, who is 15, and then I invited my youngest son, the 12-year-old. And so I have the 4 of them myself, and I just told the twins, I was like, "Hey, just randomly invite some other guys." So they're all high school kids in Chester County. where my kids go to school at. And so of the four, none of them have ever played any kind of fantasy football. My daughter is showing the most interest as far as research and stuff like that. I have to literally remind the other three to set their lineups. I'm not even sure the one who's beating me set a lineup. I think he just left players in from last week, and that makes this loss even worse. It makes it more hurtful. Just the amount of disrespect of getting beat by a kid who didn't even try to beat you. That hurts. That hurts deep down inside. So I'm probably gonna find some shit for him to do at the house. You know, like I don't know, dishes, dusting. I got to get him back somehow, right? Yeah. So I will give the update. I'm gonna give updates on my leagues on Tuesdays because I'm in a Scott Fish Bowl. And then I have a league that is very near and dear to my heart where we play for a belt. Yeah, so I'll give updates on my leagues tomorrow once all the scoring is the games are done, and we'll see where I stand. But I think I'm taking a bath this week. I think I'm not looking forward to looking at the results, especially my Scott Fish Bowl, because I said publicly in the group that I'm in the Prince division, and I had said that if I win my division, I would get a Scott Fish Bowl tattoo. So, yeah. I think it's going to be 30-17 Cowboys. Okay, so I don't even know if you were watching earlier, but I said that the implied points were 25-28 in favor of the Cowboys. I think your score is much more realistic. I don't think it'll be a 3-point spread. I don't expect for the Eagles to score as many points. So your score is, I like your score better, which is why I probably will not take the spread and just go money line if I make any bets tonight. I got to ask people to set lineups too. It's tough, man. I agree with that. Happened to me a couple of years ago. Dude, I just really want to say thank you for being here and watching and interacting. It is really, really cool. I've not been doing this very long. I'm not even good at schedule. So this show is designed to be, it is supposed to be streamed between 8 and 9. As you can see, it is 9:44. I've been recording for 27 minutes, which means I didn't start anywhere near 8. Because the fact that I get up in the morning, take my kids to school, then come into the office, try and do some prep, and then start the show. So I'm getting there. I will say this: you are currently watching. I'm hoping halfway through the season, I'll be referencing older episodes where I can say you can go back and watch old episodes and see how much better the show is. You're watching the episodes that are going to be referenced as not as good. But hey, I'm doing it and I enjoy it and it's fun. So make sure you follow me on, I am on Twitter. FF Morning Show is on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, Snapchat. I feel like there's some other places. You can go to the fantasyfootballmorningshow.com. There is a very basic site, but all my links are there. And expect more content. I'm working on, I'm going to put up a page today for guests, so if anybody wants to be a guest, because it's hard to get up in the morning and do a show. So I don't like mornings. I assume the rest of the world hates mornings too. It's why a lot of podcasts are recorded at night or in the afternoon. So I'm looking for people who want to be on. So if you want to be on, or if you know somebody wants to be on, holler at me. Send me a DM, whatever it is. If you want to suggest people, feel free. But yeah, that is today's show. We're at 29 minutes. So with that being said, thank you for watching. Follow us on all the social media platforms. So long, and thanks for all the fish. Damn it. Oh, no, that's right. I thought I said it wrong. I'm writing an article about why I say that, by the way. It'll be on Eat Sleep Fantasy, but if you don't know, it is a quote from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It was actually one of the books in the series. But I love that quote. And I will let you guys know when the article comes out so you can understand why I love it and what it means to me. Thanks a lot for watching.